Hey, what's up, guys? In the previous tutorial, we have seen we are facing this follow and unfollow issue. So what I will do, I will just delete all the users as of now, and I will recreate everything. So now I have deleted all the users. If I just go and refresh, I won't have anything on the explore page. I will register a few users over here. These are registered, and we register two users. Let me see actually what's the issue. Okay, so now if I go to the explore page, yeah, except a profile, actually I should see all the other profiles which I am seeing. Now let me just try to follow this user. I'm able to follow, but while unfollowing, it is creating some issue. Let me just go and refresh this database, and I am following this particular user, and this particular user is having the followers. Now, while unfollowing, it is creating the issue, so I have to go and check what is happening during the unfollowing. So first of all, let me just go over here, and this is an unfollow function, and passing the ID over here, it will come and it will go to my backend. So I have to check this unfollower function whether it is working fine or not. Let me just give the console log over here and see what I'm getting. This function seems to be fine, and I'm hitting the unfollow. Unfollow, and this is my request of trusted ID. I have to see whether this user is being unfollowed or not. So it is hitting this route, but I have to check whether it is unfollowing the user or not. So user to unfollow, it will find a particular user, then it will find the current user over here. Okay, so there is this mistake over here. If it's the current user, then we have to check this logic. I forgot to remove the not sign. Okay, so now it is following and unfollowing the user. So I can follow this user and unfollow this user as well. Okay, so follow and unfollow is working fine. Thank God, finally this error got resolved. And next we will have the feed and the create post and the profile. So let's just go and click on the create post. I will show you how to create post over here. So first of all, when it comes to the creating the post, I have to where is my create post? Create post page over here, and inside of this create post, I have to import this service which is create post. I will say create post, and then I have to import the style. So I will I will import create post.css from the current directory over here. So from here will be able to create the post for our website. So now let's just get started. So I will come over here and give the class name as create post container, and inside this create post container I will make use of the form. Form will not have the action, but it will have the on submit. It will have the on submit function, and it will have the class name, which is basically the create post form. And then inside of this create post I will have the text area, and this text area will have the name as content, and it will have a placeholder. So let me just write all the parameters over here. So value of this will be content, and in order to take this value I have to make use of the use state over here. I will say constant content as a set content over here, and use state hook, and it will be empty text over here. So it's a value, and then we have the on change function over here, and in this on change I will take the event. I will take this event and I will say the set content, and whatever is the content in text area I will set that value over here, and it will have the placeholder. It will have the placeholder like I will say what's on your mind. I just have to write whatever is I want to write in that particular post, and this is my text area. Then I will have the button over here, and in this button it will say post. I have to throw this post, and this button will have the class as button will be of type submit over here, and button is of type submit. Let me just go to the create post. It will throw an error because of this on submit, so I have to declare the handle sub handle submit button over here, handle submit, and I will copy paste this submit function on this form, and yeah, it should work fine. Over here we have the data, and once this has been done, once I'm done creating the post, I will say post has been created successfully. I will give the message once my post has been created, and basically this will come under the try and catch. So I will make use of the try and catch block over here. I will catch the error, and I will console log the error. Okay, so yeah, this is my logic for creating the post over here. So now everything seems to be fine. It will create a post. The content will go inside the create post. If it's a post API, it should basically create the post. Okay, so let me just hello, this is first post. Post has been created successfully, and I got some error. Okay, I have faced some error over here. I have to check what's the issue. So basically, when it comes to the create post shouldn't throw this error, but let me just go inside of my DB and check for the post. So post has not been created. I will check what's the issue. God. And the first time API post create. Okay, so there is this issue over here with this create. Okay, so this is not there. Still it is throwing error. Let me check the issue. Let me just give the console log of the content and see whether I'm getting the content or not. I will comment this line for as of now because post is not getting created. So content I'm getting post.create is saying this API is not found. Okay, so that request, what's the issue? Let me just check. Let me just check the endpoint in the postman. So this was the endpoint with /API /post. This was not there. This should basically work, but I don't know why am I getting this unnecessary error. Still I'm getting the error with zeros. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's just try to fix the style of this create post first, and we'll figure out what's the issue. So first we have this create post container. So I will use the display flex over here, then justify content as center, and then we have the align items as a center over here, and then I will give the padding as a 2REM, and then I have the back background color. I will give the background color as white. So this is it. I will copy all this style, and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so this is done. Then we have this form. So I will come down below, create post form, and I will give the background color to this as white over again, and then I will give the padding as to REM. I will give the border radius. I will give the border radius as 8 pixels, and then we have the box shadow. So for box shadow, I will give the 0 pixels, 4 pixels, then 6 pixels RGBA, and then the RGBA value I will give 0.1. Box shadow has been done. Then the display flex direction I have to give. I will give the flex direction as a column. I want everything to be displayed vertically. Then I have the width. I will give the width as 100 pixels, and maximum width I will give as 500 pixels. Okay, so this I will copy and create post form. It will apply to the create post form over here. Now text area, I have to apply this style to the text area. So now when it comes to the text area, I will give the padding as 1 rem and border as 1 pixel solid. This is basically the color code which is for the gray, and then I will give the border radius. I will give the border radius over here. I will say the border radius is 4 pixels, and this should work fine, I guess. Then I have the font size of 1 rem, and margin bottom as 1 rem, and resize I will give as a vertical. Okay, so this is fine. I will copy this. This is for the text area. I will come over here, and this is for the text area. So I have to give a class name to the text area. Create post text area will be the name. I will copy paste this over here, and yeah. So after that, create post button is there. So I have to give the styling to this button. So then I will give the padding. I will say the padding at 0.75 rem over here, the internal padding. Then I will give the color to this. I will give the color as white, which is basically the 3 Fs, and border as none, because I don't want the border of this particular button. So I will give the border as none. Then afterwards, I have the border radius, and I will give the border radius as 4 pixels. This should work fine. Font size of the 1 rem, and cursor pointer. When I hover on this, I want cursor style to change. Then I will give the transition as background color 0.3 seconds. This. Okay, I will copy this. I will paste, and this will be my style for this particular button. Okay, so this button is also been done. And now when I hover on this, I want to change the style of this button. So I will come over here and I will copy this. I will paste it over here. I will make it the hover property and I will just change the background color when I hover on it. So I will give the background color as a property and 0005 6B3. Okay, so I will save this. When I'm hovering on this, it is changing the color now. Okay, so yeah, uh, initially, suppose let me just give the black over here. Refresh. Okay, so create post is done, but thing is that we are getting the error while creating the post. We have to figure that part out. Why we are getting this error? Let me just try to debug this. I will go to this post route and I will see what is actually going on. I will give the console log and I will try to give the API endpoint and requested user. I'm getting the user and creating the post. It is hitting this route, but it is not creating the post. Okay, so post it is creating. I don't know what goes on with the new post. It is not able to save this post. I have to figure out what's the issue. I go to the there is no post as that is being created. I have to figure out why it is not able to create a post. User likes comment, but is not creating the content. I think I wrote the wrong logic over here. It should be await post.save. I'm just saving the post. It is not returning any data. So this should go over here. This shouldn't be here in the first place. Still it is creating the issue. Let me just write a proper JSON over here. Status success. Post created successfully, and after that I will give the data and as a post that has been created, which is basically this post. This shouldn't create any issue. Let's see. It's still not able to create a post. It is giving me the error. Okay, let me just check the authentication function over here. So there could be issue with this. So let me just put the try and catch for this and put this inside the try. And if there is any error, I will just return that error that I have encountered. So when it comes to this uh, token verification, what I will do, I will catch the result of this decoded part. So I will do something like this, and then request.user, I will assign this decoded part. Okay, so I just hope this should work and shouldn't throw any error. So jw.verify will verify whether the user is same or not. Let me just see. Okay, so if I'm going to this page, refreshing, I don't know whether I'm getting the user post first time. Let me just see whether I am able to create a post or not. Right now it is not throwing any error, but it is also not giving me any post over here. Social app only is the name, but I'm not able to create any post. Let me just go and revalidate everything, whether the post is being created or not. It is not hitting this route. Okay, so I forgot one more part. I have to go to the next middleware or the next route. So I have to return next over here. And at least after this, things should work fine. Still, it's so basically this content parameter I'm not seeing in this post. I don't know what's the issue. Let me just delete this collection and recreate. I just hope this should work fine. Okay, user collection is here. So I will come to the create post. Create post. So create post is basically the parameter which I have to match in the DB. So if I just go up here and it's a parameter of the object. Okay, so I have to come over here and send this as a object instead of string. So I just hope at least now it should work. And let me just refresh this. Okay, so finally it has created the post. So because of this parameter, it was not working fine because I was just sending as a string and not as an object. So basically what happens is when it comes to the collection, post collection, this is the parameter content, okay? So you can either send create post something like this. So over here, this parameter is from the database and this parameter you are passing from the state, okay? So parameter on the left hand side should match with the parameter in the DB. So in our DB it's content, okay? So this is one of the way in which you can write a post. So now it will work, and if I go to the DB and refresh, so now I'm getting it. So I was just passing as a string. I should pass that as an object. I just forgot that. So now I'm able to create a post. And if I go inside of my feeds, I'm not seeing anything because I have to render my feed over here. So now I will do one thing. I will come to my feed page and I will start rendering my feed over here. So when it comes to the feed, I will go to the create post. I will import this and I will also make use of the use effect over here. And then I have my fetch post. I have my fetch post and I have to import this style sheet also. So I will say import the style for the feed.css and it's from the current directory. So I have to just import it like this. And once I'm done with that, then I have the my feed page. And when it comes to the feed page, first of all I have to get all the posts, okay? So for that purpose what I will do, I will come over here inside of this division. I will declare the class as a feed container and then I will render my post over here. So in order to get the post, I have to go inside of my post.jsx and write some code over here. So I will go to my post. Where is my post? Okay, here. And inside of this post, I will import this post over there. Okay, so I will go inside of my feed and I have to import this over here. So for that purpose, I will come over here. I will say import post and this post I will render that many number of times. Okay, so how many number of times this post is there, I will render this component. And over here I will make use of the use effect hook and inside of this use effect hook I put the square because I don't want it to keep fetching the data every single time. So I will say constant get post and it's a async function over here and inside of this async function I will use the try and catch and I will give the console log of the try and catch over here. So when it comes to this fetching the data, I will say constant data is equal to await fetch post. I will be fetching the post and getting some data. I will console log this data over here. So let me just go to my feed. Okay, so I have to call this function. and I'm getting this two posts over here from my DB, which was created by me. So yeah, so what I will do, I will map this post. So in order to get this particular data, I will declare the use state. I will say post and set post is equal to use state hook. I will make a use state hook and it will be of type arrays, and I will set this data. So I will set this data over here and I will map this post. So I will come over here and I will say post dot map, and I will get this individual post and I will pass this as a parameter. I will pass this as a attribute or like a prop to this particular component post. And when it comes to the mapping, we have to give the key also. Okay, so I will say key is equal to post.id. I will give, it should be always unique, and post ID is always unique over here. Post dot underscore ID, post dot underscore ID over here. Post is not defined. Okay, so now I'm getting the two posts. That is because there are two posts here in our DB, which are basically these two posts which were created by me. And in order to show this post, we have to write some style inside of this post now. So when it comes to this post component, it will take the prop, which is basically I have passed this post variable over here. So I will come and import that over here in inside of the post. And now when it comes to the styling of this, I will come down below and I will declare the class name over here, and I will give the container, and after that I will make use of the p tag, and I will start writing my content. So when it comes to my post, it will have the user content, likes, comments, redirect, etc., etc. So I will come over here and I will say post dot content over here. So post dot content. I have given the console log also of the post. So if you see over here, I have the content. So I have to give that content inside of this. So I will say the post dot content. So I'm getting the content over here, hello and hello there from the two different posts. And then I will have the button to like the post. So I will say button, and inside of this, I will say post dot likes dot length, because it's of type array. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so here it's a like. So if the post is having the like, so it will get the length like how many likes it is having. Okay, so second will be my button, and then I will have the form component for throwing the comments on the post. So when it comes to this form component, it will have the on submit button, which we have already seen. On submit, as of now, I'm not writing anything in the on submit, and it will have the input field. Input field will be of type text. It will have the name as comment, and it will have the placeholder which says add the comment, and it will have the class name for the writing style. So I will say post comment input field. So this will be the input field, and it will have one button to submit whatever is being whatever comment I am adding inside of the comment field. So it will have the button, and it will have the class name as a post comment button over here, and this button will be of type submit. Button is of type submit, and our formats over here. And the next part what I have is to render all these comments. If suppose there are already some comments on the post, I have to render them. So I will give the class name as the post comments over here, and after that I will take the post currents of the post, then I will go to the comments array, post dot comments, and then I will make use of the map function over here, and I will take the individual comment and I will return them, but I have to show the HTML part, so I will use the round brackets instead of the other one. And when it comes to the post, it will show the content of the post, and also if you want, you can also show the username of the commenter. It's not a big deal. I will save this, but over here it will show the throw the error because I have not written the uh, on submit function over here. So I will say handle comment. I will say handle comment. I will go to the top bar section and I will say constant handle comment. I will save this. I will come over here. Let me just refresh and see the property of the length. So it is giving error on which line. Okay, so as of now, there are no if there are no likes in the there are no likes on the post, then it will throw the error because it is not able to find the length of the post. So put this question mark, which is like a null check condition. So it will check if there are likes or not. If not, then it will not show the like count. Okay, so this looks fine. What is this button? So I have to check. I have to check. So let me just complete this handle comment for this. So I will say the constant content is equal to e dot target dot elements dot comment dot value. I will get the value of the comment, and then I will make use of the try and catch block over here, and I will give the console log of the error if I have encountered any error. So now what I will do, I will make use of the await function, and I have to uh, post the comment. Okay, so for that purpose I will go to my this function, and I have to import this function called. So I will come and I will say import this post, and there is one more which is basically comment on the post. I will first of all I will make use of handle comment. So I will copy this, I will paste it over here, And to this, I will first of all pass the post ID over here. Okay, so underscore ID, and the second will be the content in the form of object. Don't forget this. And in order to make use of the await, this should be the async. And next we have the e dot target dot so again I'm sending the so basically what is happening over here, wait a minute, I'm getting this error for what purpose? Okay, so basically when it comes to this e dot target dot element dot comment dot value, so I am just referring to the value of this particular comment. And first of all, I will try to get the content of whatever is there inside of this field. And once I'm done getting the content, I will send this content as a payload to this comment on the post function, which is basically used to write comment and save the comment. And once I'm done with that, I want to clear the whatever that has been written inside of this field. Okay, so for that purpose, I'm using this. I'm setting that field as an empty field. Okay, so once this has been done, I will give the alert over here. I will give the alert like comment edit successfully or whatever that is. So let me just save this. So I will say my post cannot read the property of the undefined dot target dot element dot command dot value. Okay, so when it comes to this field, I have to give the name as the name of the input field. So I've given the name, and there is one more button over here which I have to just show, and name of this button will be like. If I want to like the particular post, I will use the button and I will say the like, and I will give the class name over here and post like button. I will give the class name as the post like button, and on click I will again call the on click function, and when I will click on this button I will call the handle like, and I will use the handle like is equal to async. I will take my event over here, and when it comes to the handle like, whenever anyone want to like this post, we will click on the button, and I will call this function. I will say await like post, and I will send a post ID. And yeah, this is the function. And what is this? There is one more button over here. Okay, so it takes me to the likes. So I will do one thing. Instead of showing this over here, I will show this over here only, and I will just remove this. Okay, so it is just to show the number of the likes. So as of now, I'm the first one to like the post, but I'm not seeing the like count. Let me just go and check why. Post dot likes dot button post ID, and yeah, this API seems to be working fine. Maybe these are my posts, that's why I'm not able to like them, but it's fine. I will try to see where can't read a property of the undefined. Okay, let me just go and check why I'm not able to write the comment. So I will do the console log of the E over here. So I'll do the console log of the event. So I will say event and I will do the E, and let me just check event dot target event dot target. I'm not getting the target over here. So let me just see why I'm not getting event dot target, guys. Let me just hit over again. So event dot target, I'm getting the form over here, and inside of this event dot target, I have to select this particular element. Okay, so event dot target dot elements. Let me see whether I'm able to access these elements or not. Elements. So basically, yes, I'm getting the comments dot comment. Okay, so I'm able to access it, and then I will say dot value. The same property is undefined, but I am getting the value over here. So let me just check input type. Let me just remove this. Okay, guys. So there was this issue with the target. There was spelling mistake. Target. Let me just save this, and I will send you comment. I will hit, and now when I just refresh, but we cannot read the property of the null reading username. Okay, so let me just see what's the issue. It's a comments, and inside the comments there is no user data, and I am trying to render the username, so that's why it is giving the error. I'll just skip that forward now. And whatever new comment that I have thrown, I'm getting it over here, new comment. Then I will say new comment 2, and I will just hit it. It's saying the comment added successfully. I will just refresh it. So now it's going to be same. Second comment has also been added. Okay, so I have to give the key to the props. So I will come over here, and now whatever is this comment that I'm giving, I'm using the mapper function. Okay, so for that purpose, I have to give the key. So I will say key is equal to command dot underscore id over here. Okay, so now this error should go because it was the error related to the mapping. Okay, so now this everything looks fine. So I will come to the post and I will start writing the CSS. But before that, let me just give all the class names. So I will give the class name over here as post content, and then I have the post comment over here. So yeah, everything seems to be fine. I will go inside of the post.css and start writing my CSS. First comes my post container. Let me just inspect. I will go to the post container over here. And first is my background color. I will give the background color as a white to my post. Then is the padding 1.5 rem is the padding I'm giving. Then there will be the border radius. I will give the border radius as 8 pixels over here. Then I want to give the box shadow, and I will give the box shadow as 0.4 pixels, 6 pixels RGBA value I'm giving, and I'll give the RGB value as 0, 0, 0 and 0.1. Yeah, and I have the margin bottom. I'll give the margin bottom at the 1.5 rem right now. So this is how my post will look. I will copy this CSS and I will paste it over here. And name of this is basically post container. I will come over here and give the name of the post container. And next, what I have is post content. To this post content, I will give the font size as 1.2 rem, and after that margin bottom I will give as a 1 rem. So I will copy this. I'll come over here and this goes to the post content over here, and then I have this post like button. So this like button I have to modify. So when it comes to this, I will give the background color over here as 007BFF, which is basically the blue color, and then I will give the color, which is the color of the text, which is white over again. And then I have the border parameter. I will give the border as none. I don't want border for my button. Then border radius, I'll give the border radius as a 4 pixels. It's being done. Then I have the internal padding, and I'll give the internal padding as 0.5 rem and 1 rem. And now it looks a bit better. And font size I will give as a 1 rem, and I will give the cursor as a pointer over here. And I will give the transition as background color, and when it comes to background color I will take 0.3 seconds ace, and I will give the margin bottom as the 1 rem. Okay, so now this is the style for my post like button over here. It looks better now. And the next we have is post like button on the hover. Okay, so when I'll hover on this, what should I do? So I will copy this and I will paste, and once I will hover on it, I want to change the background color. Okay, so I will change the background color, and that background color change won't be much variation. So 6B3. Okay, what is going on? Okay, I have not imported the CSS file. I will say import post.css. I will save this, and now the CSS has been applied over here. Okay, so my like button is ready. So next part will be of post comment form. So now if I just go on this form, and there is no class that has been given to this form, so I have to give the class as a post comment form. But as of now, I will just directly go and write the code. So when it comes to this post comment form, I want to display it as a flex. I will say display flex, and then I will give the flex direction as a column, flex direction as a column over here. And once I'm done with that, align items as a flex start I will do. After that, margin bottom I will give the margin bottom as a 1 rem. So this has been done. I will come over here, and I will define my style. So it is applied on the form. Okay, so I will give the name as a font style or something, and there is no space over here. I will copy this. I will come and paste it here. So next is the input. So when it comes to the input, these are the input form. Post comment input, I have to write style for this. So I will do one thing. I will come over here, and let me just inspect post comment input, and I will give the width over here. I will give the width as 100%. Padding I will give as a 0.5 rem, and this is because of the internal padding. Then I will give the margin. I'll give the margin bottom, and when it comes to the margin bottom, I will give it as a 0.5 rem. And then we have the border, which is 1 pixel solid CC. I will give the color name over here, and then we have the border radius. I will give the border radius as a 4 pixels, and font size I have like 1 rem. I will copy this now. I'll come over here and paste it. And next we have the post comment button. So basically this. And when it comes to the style of this post button, I have the background color I will give. I will give the background color as 28 is 745, and I will give the color as a white to this. I'll give the color as a white. I don't want border, so I will give the border as none. I don't want any border. And then we have the border radius, and when it comes to the border radius, it's 4 pixels, and there will be the internal padding. Internal padding will be of 0.5 rem and 1 rem, and then we have the font size of 1 rem over here, and cursor pointer I will give, and the transition over here. I'll give the background color, and the background color is basically 0.3 is. I will copy this, and paste it over here, and this style was for post comment button. Okay, so everything seems to be fine, and then we have the style for hover effect. If suppose I want to, if I'm hovering on this button, then I will change the color, and I will only change the background color over here, and I will give the color code as 218838. Okay, so when I'm hovering on it, it will change. As you see, it is just a slight variation, and not nothing much. And we have the posted comments over here. So when it comes to the posted comments, I will give the style to this. I will give the margin top. I'll give the margin top as a 1 rem, and I will give this to the post comments. And the next we have is post comment over here. So for this, I will just come over here and define the style. And for this, I will say the background color. This much is enough, I guess. Then we have the padding as 0.5 rem, and next we have the border radius as a 4 pixels, and the next is margin bottom. I'll give the margin bottom as a 0.5 rem. Okay, so now let me just refresh the page. It looks a bit better now. Post comment. Okay, so let me just check what's the issue over here. Okay, so likes is not working. I will check why this likes is not working over here. So handle like I will go inside this post like, and I will check what's the issue. Like post, this should work fine, I guess. If I go inside of this like post, so it will get the post, and then doesn't include, then it will say post dot like dot push request dot user ID, and it will save and post has been liked. Okay, but so let's just try to debug why we are getting this. So if we are going to the backend and checking the code, let me just go to the front end. It is saying the request failed status code 404, and over here 404 is basically you have already liked the post. Let me just go to the backend. So as can be seen, I have already liked the post, so that's why we are getting that error. So let me just do one thing. Let me just refresh the page, but it is not updating the likes over here. Likes are not here at all, but it is showing the likes inside of the DB. How is this impossible? Let's just do one thing. I will create one more post, new post here. What is even going on? Why are there errors everywhere? New post, second new post. Okay, so I'm getting all the posts over here. I will like it. Okay, so like has been added successfully. So it is working. I think there was some issue with the backend server. Let me just refresh. And it is not updating the likes inside of the array over here. But let me just refresh the DB. It is giving the likes over here, but it is not giving showing the likes over here. I don't know what's the issue. Okay, so at least it is liking the post. Let me just check this particular post, which is new post, new post, new post here. Okay, it is not having the likes as of now. This is the name, which is new post here. I'll try to like this post. Like has been added. So I'll come over here. Okay, so likes are getting updated, but on the UI it is not showing. I don't know why. Likes array it is showing empty, but it is updating the content. That is fine in the DB. So now I'll go to the profile page and I will show you all how to update the user profile. So this is to get the data about any specific user. So I will go inside of the app.jsx and I have to pass the user ID also. So now this is my user profile component, and I will directly go to my user profile and I'll start designing it. So the one thing which I have to tell you all is we have to make use of the React router DOM. So I will go to the app.jsx. I will copy this. I will go to the user profiles. I will paste it here. And from this, I will use params. use param. So when it comes to the use params, it is used to pick up the ID. So I will come down below and I will say constant ID is equal to use params. Over here, I will give the same ID. Okay, so whatever parameter you pass over here, you have to give the same ID over here. So what this does is whatever you ID you pass over here, it will take that ID. Okay, so if suppose there is this user, uh, there is this specific user. Okay, so I want to get the details of this user. I will pass the ID of that user over here. Okay, so this is how we fetch the user data. So I will say console log and I will give the user ID over here. Okay, so with this use params, you can catch the ID which is there on this route. Okay, so now whatever is this ID, I'm able to see the console log of it. So this is how you can catch the ID with the help of the use params. So over here, this will be your current user ID. So now next what I will do once I'm done with this, I will say constant user comma set user, and when I'm setting up the user, I will say use what am I doing? I will say use state, and when it comes to this use state, I will pass the value as a null. And next, I have the another parameter which is following or is set following. This is really not required as of now. So next, what I will do, I will make use of the use effect. So for that purpose, I will go to React and I will make use of the use effect hook over here. So I will come down below and inside of this use effect, I will try to try to use okay. So I will say constant fetch user, and when it comes to this fetching this particular user, it will be the async operation. Yeah, in which I will try to fetch the specific user. I will again make use of the try and catch. I will console log the error if there is any error. And when it comes to fetching the user, I will say constant response is equal to await fetch user by ID, and I have to fetch the user by ID. And for that purpose, I will come over here and I will say fetch user by ID, and inside of this, I will pass this ID, okay, which I have cached from the route, and I will try to fetch the specific user. I will make use of the await over here, and once I got the user data, I will use the set user, and inside of the set user, I will send this response data. Okay, so whatever user I will get, I will find the response data of it, and yeah. This is fine, and then I will come down below and I will call this function. Done with this. Okay, so now next what I will do, I will copy this, I will paste it down below, and there is one more parameter which is following, or I will say set is following. So in this, what I will do, I will check if the current logged in user is following a specific user or not. Okay, so I will come over here And inside of this, I will say response.data. In this response.data, basically I will get the user details of the specific user. So let me just console log it and show you. Console.log. Okay, request failed. I have to check whether why I'm not getting this user details. So get request. Okay, I'm getting this user data. So this is a specific user, and when it comes to this user profile, I have to check whether the logged in user is following this user or not. So I will do one thing. I will say response.data dot followers. Inside of this followers, I have to check whether it includes the current user's ID, and I will get local storage dot get item. From the local storage. I will pick up the user ID. Okay, so I will say user ID. Let me just check into local storage whether the user ID is there or not. So local storage user ID is not there, so I have to set up this user ID. So during the login process, when am I just setting up the token, I can do that from there, I guess. So local storage, I'm getting the login data. So inside of this login data, if I just go to the users, okay, so inside of this user token, I'm sending in the user ID. So I have to check whether that user ID is there or not. User ID, user ID, user ID. So I can do one more thing. When it comes to the sending the token to the front-end side during the login, I can send a user ID also. So I will do one more thing. I will send the user ID as well. So this is that user ID. I will copy this and I want that user ID. Okay, so I'll come over here and I will say user ID. I will say, and when I log in, I'm getting the data. Wait a minute. I'm getting just connected. I'm getting the token and the user ID. So now what I will do, local storage dot set item I will do, and inside of this I will say data dot user ID, and I will set my user ID as well. Okay, and now from here local storage dot get item I can do and get the user ID over here, and I can check whether the that specific user is there in my following or not, whether I'm following that specific user or not. Okay, so yeah, that's all. So now I will come down below and start writing my code. So first of all, let me just give the class name. I will say user profile dot container over here, and inside of this container I will have the h1, and I will say user. Where is my user? I will say user dot username over here. So let me just go back and can I read the property of the username. Let me see what's the issue. Okay, we're getting the data a little bit late, so that's why I can't use the username on the spot. That's fine. And then we have the p tag over here, which will basically display our email. So I will say the email over here. I will display my email as well. And then I will make use of the these following, and I will check whether I'm following the specific user or not. So I am not following the specific user, so that's why I'm getting this following button. So now what I will do, I will give the class name over here. I will give the class name as a user profile button, and I will copy paste the same class for this button as well, and that is fine. And I will make use of the on click. I will copy this attribute and I will paste for this as well, and I will use the handle follow and handle unfollow. So I will say handle unfollow and handle follow over here. And if suppose whatever user we are trying to find, if the user is not found, then I have to give the loading statement. I will say if not user, then I will give the loading. Okay, so if suppose the user is not been found, reference handle follow not defined. I have to define these functions over here. So I will start defining them. I will just come up over here and I will say constant handle follow. I'll make a waiting function over here. I will copy this and I will copy this down below, and I will give the name of this function as well. So handle unfollow and handle follow. So I will make use of try and catch. If there is an exception, then I will just console log it. So when it comes to the handling the follow, I will make use of the user follower function. So I will go to my user follow function. User follow function and follow user function. Okay, so there are the functions which I have to make use of. And when it comes to the handle follow, I will make use of the wait keyboard over here, and I will try to follow the users. Okay, so I will make use of this function and I will copy paste it over here, and I will try to follow this user with the user ID which I have picked up from here. So I will paste it down below, and then set the user following is equal to true. I will do, and same thing I will just copy it from here and I will paste it, and handle unfollow, and handle unfollow. When I'm doing, I have to just set this to false. Okay, so let me just refresh. I'm following this user. Now I'm unfollowing. Let me see what's the issue while unfollowing the user. Request failed with 400. Unfollow the user. Let me just check what's the issue with the unfollowing. I will do one thing. I will try to register some of the users because I have wiped off my DB. So two users have been registered. So I will try to follow them and I will try to unfollow. So follow and unfollow is working fine. And if suppose you want to get data of specific users, I will just refresh it. I will copy this user and this is for just for sake of doing it. It is really not required. We'll follow and unfollow, so everything is working fine. And now we'll try to apply the style to this user profile. This is really not important, but we'll do it anyways. So I'll come down below and I will have the user profile container over here. So I will just right click and user profile container is here. So I will just use a background color. I will give the background color as the white, padding as 2 rem I will give, and border radius. I will give the border radius as 8 pixels to this, and I will give the box shadow. Box shadow is visible with 0 pixels, 4 pixels, 6 pixels, RGBA, and 0, 0, 0, 0.1. Maximum width is equal to 600 pixels I will give, and then the margin I will give as 2 rem, and auto. I will give the text along as a center. I want to align all the text as the center of the page. So done with this, I will copy this. I will come over here. User profile container I will copy and paste it here. And I just so I've imported the file. Now I have to import the style file. So I will do that. User profile dot css. Let me just save this. And then I'm having the username over here. So when it comes to the username, actually the font size are 2 rem and margin bottom as 1 rem. use the same style for the email as well. It's not a big deal. And then here is the user profile button. So for user profile button, I will give the background color as zero zero 007 BFF, and then the color will be white, and border will be none over here, and border radius I will give as 4 pixels. Padding I will give as a 0.5 rem and 1 rem over here, and I want to give the font size as 1 rem, and cursor pointer, and I will give the transition as background color, and 0.3 as is. Okay, so let me just copy this and let me just refresh. So done with this. So this is the very simple website of where you can just explore the users, follow them, and here you can see the feed of the post. You can create the post profile, you can also see, and here we have the email, and you can register also. So this is not an ideal way of showing the nav bar. So basically, if the user is logged in, you have to hide these two buttons. First of all, you have to show the register, and register goes over here. Some basically this is a login page. This is a login page, by the way. And if you don't have the account, then you have to give the link like create an account and give the link to the registration page. And then once the user is logged in, you have to show the profile page and you have to hide these two. Then you have to create give the link to create the post. This feed and explore is only have to show only if the user is logged in. So this is the traditional way. But since this is the basic post, so I'm not showing everything in detail. And these are all the users, all the current possibly available users you can see on the feed. So that's all in this tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.